You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
All right, we'll name it. That was Hillary Clinton's infamous deplorables comment, calling tens of millions of Americans xenophobic racists. National Review's Deroy Murdock is here. Welcome, Deroy. Good to see you again.
Stuart, good to see you.
It is Donald Trump who is usually assumed to have the temperament unsuited to the presidency, but you say Hillary Clinton has an unsuitable temperament. Make your case.
Absolutely. Well, we need to make a distinction between style and temperament. Hillary Clinton's been in the public eye since 1976 when Bill Clinton ran for Attorney General of Arkansas. So it's not a surprise that after 40 years she can get up at a podium and sound coherent and often look very elegant. So she carries herself okay. Temperament goes far deeper than that. It goes into character, goes into personality. And I think there are some aspects about her that totally disqualify her in that sense. One, as we saw in that little piece of tape there, she has total disdain and contempt for tens of millions of Americans. She said just the other day during the debate that there's implicit bias in all of us, not just the police. Right. So we're all racist, apparently. I mean, that's an amazing comment to make if you want to be hired as the ultimate employee for all of us.
So that's not style, that's temperament.
That's temperament.
Underlying
you're underlying. It's what you see off camera, what's inside of her, not what you see on the surface. And that's really what counts. Secondly, she can be very abusive with her coworkers, as we've learned. There's an excellent book by Ronald Kessler called First Family Detail, and there's a very interesting anecdote there where a uniformed Secret Service member says, "Good morning, ma'am," and she replies to the uniformed Secret Service officer, "F off." And there are numerous examples of her abusing her workers at the White House when she was First Lady. She'd walk down the hall and people were told, don't make eye contact with the First Lady. Some people actually hid behind curtains when she went by. And this represents an elitism, a sense of self-importance, and superiority that I think are all very dangerous.
But you could make the case that you need that in a president. Couldn't you?
You need a certain level of self-confidence.
I can stretch that way.
Self-confidence is a good thing, but not so much so that you abuse people and you actually use profanity to people who are ready to take bullets for you. That's astonishing.
That's a fair point. I want to show you this brief piece of tape. I'm sure you've seen it before, and I'm sure our viewers have seen it before, but you're going to see it again. This is Hillary Clinton, not so underlying temperament, but style. Roll tape.
Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? Well, the choice for working families has never been clearer. I need your help to get Donald Trump's record out to everybody.
Deroy, I think this is an example of style.
Not good style. She looks rather unhinged there. I think a really good example to compare the two things, again, the style and the temperament. At the ceremony where the four Americans were killed in Benghazi were returned, their caskets were returned. I think, again, she looked very poised. She was wearing black. She was appropriate to that situation. But then she went up to Patricia Smith, the mother of Sean Smith, who was one of the people killed there, and said to him, we're going to get these people who did this videotape who killed your son. Now, to look at the mother, grieving mother who's crying over her dead son with his casket right over there and lie right to his face when she knew damn well this was an al-Qaeda-tied terrorist attack goes to show the ice in her soul and the ability to lie like that under the most inappropriate circumstances. Again, I think that disqualifies her on the basis of temperament to be President of the United States.
All right, I've got more tape for you. Listen to this. This is a line from Michelle Obama. Roll that tape.
One of the important aspects of this race is role modeling what good families should look like. And my view is that if you can't run your own house, you certainly can't run the White House. Can't do it.
Now, listen to, that was 2008. Now listen to the First Lady, Michelle Obama, this week campaigning for Hillary Clinton. Roll tape.
A president cannot just pop off or lash out irrationally. We need a grown-up in the White House.
That was a change of mind about the temperament of Hillary Clinton, if ever I saw one.
A little bit. Well, Michelle is focused on something very important, which is we have a general election coming up. And so all of these concerns from the past have slipped away, and she's looking at the future, which is November 8th. And I think there's a lesson here for a lot of the Never Trump people who are still, to a degree, relitigating the primaries and worrying about things he said back in March and April. I don't want to see Hillary Clinton in the White House. I don't think they want to see Hillary Clinton in the White House. And so the focus should be what can we do to help Donald Trump defeat Hillary Clinton and not worry about what he said or did in New Hampshire, Iowa, what have you.
What are the Never Trump people going to say if Hillary wins the election?
Especially if she wins close. If it's a close victory and they could have been the catalyst for her defeat, I think that they will have to think about that, and a lot of us will make sure that they think about it.
Yes, you will. Deroy Murdock, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. All right, Hurricane Matthew.